The sun shone bright over Florida, painting the sky a deep blue. A small single-engine plane cut through the air, gliding peacefully above the coastline. Inside, a 13-year-old girl named Emily sat next to her parents, excited about her very first flying trip in a small aircraft. Her heart raced with wonder as she gazed down at the endless ocean waves that glittered like diamonds. The pilot, a friendly middle-aged man, smiled as he adjusted the controls. "Beautiful day to fly," he said, his voice calm and steady. Emily nodded, fascinated by the dozens of dials, levers, and switches on the panel. "Can I touch it?" she asked shyly, pointing at the yoke. The pilot chuckled. "Maybe later. For now, just enjoy the ride." Emily leaned back, her hands gripping her seat with excitement. The sound of the engine hummed steadily, and everything seemed perfect. She never imagined that in just a few minutes her life would change forever. The sudden silence. As the plane soared over the coastline, the pilot suddenly coughed. At first, no one thought much of it, but then his face grew pale, his hands trembling on the controls. "Sir, are you okay?" Emily's father asked nervously. The pilot tried to answer, but his voice cracked. His breathing grew heavy, and before anyone could react, he slumped forward, his head falling against the instrument panel. The plane tilted slightly. Emily's mother screamed, "Oh my God! He's not moving!" Panic spread inside the cabin. The aircraft wobbled in the air, caught between control and chaos. Emily's father tried shaking the pilot, but there was no response. The man's chest barely moved. He was unconscious. The girl's heart pounded. She looked at the lifeless pilot, then at the spinning horizon outside the window. The plane was flying itself, but without someone to guide it. Disaster was only minutes away. Courage awakens. "Emily, don't look!" Her mother cried, shielding her. But Emily didn't listen. Something inside her refused to sit back. She thought about the pilot's words earlier, how to hold the yoke, how to stay calm. She unbuckled her belt. Her small hands trembled as she reached for the controls. "Sweetheart, no!" her father shouted. "I have to," she cried, her voice shaking but determined. "If no one does, we'll crash." The yoke felt heavy under her grip, but she held it tight, pulling it gently to straighten the wings. The plane steadied just a little. Her parents gasped. She wasn't a pilot. She was just a 13-year-old girl. But at that moment, she was the only hope. Calling for help. Emily's eyes darted across the cockpit. Her mind raced. She spotted the radio headset hanging near the pilot's chair. With one hand on the controls, she grabbed it and pressed the button. "Hello, can anyone hear me? This is a small plane. The pilot, he's not breathing." Her voice cracked with fear. Static filled the air for a moment, then a calm male voice replied, "Copy that." "Who is speaking?" Emily swallowed hard. "I'm Emily. I'm 13 years old. I don't know how to fly a plane." There was a pause, then the voice grew softer, steady. "Emily, you're very brave for speaking up. Don't worry. We're here to help you. Listen carefully and we'll guide you step by step. Can you keep your hands on the controls?" Yes, I can," she whispered, tears streaming down her cheeks. "Good. First thing, don't panic. Just breathe. You're doing great." Fear in the cabin. Behind her, Emily's mother wept into her hands, whispering prayers. Her father gripped the armrest, torn between fear and awe. "Is she really flying us?" he muttered in disbelief. Emily's arms trembled, but she forced herself to stay strong. The calm voice from the radio became her anchor, guiding her through the chaos. "Emily, do you see the horizon outside?" the controller asked. "Yes." "Good, keep the wings level with it. Don't pull too hard. Just gentle moves." She nodded, biting her lip. She pulled slightly on the yoke, and the plane steadied. "You're doing it, Emily," the voice said with warmth. "You're flying the plane." Her chest swelled with both fear and determination. The world watches. At the air traffic control center, officers scrambled. A 13-year-old child was now the pilot of an aircraft. Emergency crews were alerted. Runways were cleared. The world had suddenly been thrown into a story no one could believe. Inside the plane, time felt frozen. Every second felt like an hour. The engine hummed. The air outside was calm. But inside Emily's heart, a storm raged. "Emily," the voice returned, "we're going to bring you home safe. You can do this. Just trust me." Her hands tightened on the controls. She wasn't just a passenger anymore. She was the pilot now. The weight of the sky. Her muscles burned from holding the yoke. Sweat dripped from her forehead. Fear whispered in her ear, "You're just a kid, you can't do this." But she pushed the thought away. She thought about her parents sitting helpless behind her. She thought about the sleeping pilot. She thought about everyone waiting for her on the ground. She couldn't fail. "I'm ready," she whispered into the headset. "Tell me what to do next." The calm voice replied, "Good girl. We'll take this one step at a time. Just keep flying. You're not alone." And for the first time since the pilot collapsed, Emily believed it. She wasn't alone. She could do this. The radio crackled again. "Emily, listen carefully. We're going to bring you down safely. You're doing amazing. Just keep breathing." Emily's hands clutched the yoke. Her knuckles turned white, but she didn't let go. The hum of the engine filled the cabin. Every vibration of the aircraft felt heavier, as if the sky itself was pressing against her tiny shoulders. Behind her, her mother whispered, "Please, God, protect my child." Her father leaned forward, trying not to break Emily's fragile concentration. The voice on the headset spoke again. "Emily, do you see a small screen in front of you with numbers and lines?" Her eyes darted across the panel. "Yes, I see it." "That's the altimeter. It tells you how high you are. Right now, we need to start bringing you down slowly. Don't push too hard. Just gentle movements, like holding a baby bird." Emily nodded, her lips pressed tight. Her small hand eased the yoke forward. The plane dipped slightly. Her stomach flipped, but she held on. "You're doing great," the controller encouraged. "That's perfect. You're flying like a pro." The world holds its breath. Back on the ground, news had already spread. TV channels interrupted broadcasts. Breaking news: a 13-year-old girl is flying a plane after the pilot collapsed. Crowds gathered near the airport, staring at the sky, waiting for the impossible. Fire trucks lined the runway. Ambulances stood ready. Every second, the tension grew. Inside the plane, Emily couldn't think about that. She only thought about the next instruction. "Emily, look outside. Do you see a long strip of land with lights?" Her eyes widened. "Yes, I see it." "That's your runway. That's where you're going to land." Her heart pounded so loud it drowned the engine. This was it, the final test. Fighting fear. The plane wobbled as she adjusted. A gust of wind tilted the wings, and for a second, the aircraft dipped dangerously. Her mother screamed. Her father grabbed the seat. Emily's breath came fast. She wanted to cry, to let go, to scream for someone else to take over. But she remembered the calm voice. "Don't panic. Gentle moves." She steadied the yoke, forcing the wings level again. Her tiny body shook, but her spirit stood tall. "Emily," the voice on the radio said firmly, "you're in control. You're strong. You can do this." Her tears blurred her vision, but she blinked them away. "I can do this," she whispered to herself. The final descent. "Okay, Emily, lower the throttle slowly," the voice instructed. "That's the lever near your right hand." Her fingers wrapped around it. Slowly, carefully, she pushed it back. The roar of the engine softened. The plane began to descend, lining up with the runway. "That's it, nice and steady. Keep your nose straight." The ground rushed closer. Houses and cars grew larger beneath her. The runway stretched like a lifeline ahead. Her parents held each other, whispering prayers. The unconscious pilot remained, slumped, his body motionless. The voice guided her step by step. "Ease back just a little. Hold it. Keep the wings level, not too high, not too low." Emily's breathing matched every word. Her world shrank to her hands, the yoke and the strip of land waiting for her. Touchdown. The wheels screeched against the tarmac. For a terrifying second, the plane bounced back into the air. Emily gasped, her heart nearly stopping. "Don't worry, Emily, just hold steady, let it settle." She gripped tighter. The plane touched down again. This time, the wheels caught. The aircraft rumbled along the runway, slowing, until finally, silence. She had done it. Tears and triumph. Inside the cabin, her mother sobbed, hugging her tightly. Her father kissed her forehead again and again. "You saved us," he whispered, his voice breaking. Emily's hands finally let go of the yoke. They were shaking so badly she could barely unclench her fingers. Tears spilled down her cheeks, but this time they were tears of relief. On the runway, emergency crews raced forward. The pilot was rushed into an ambulance. Paramedics checked Emily, but she pushed them away, wanting only to hold her mother's hand. A hero is born. The world exploded with headlines. 13-year-old girl lands plane after pilot collapses. Child hero saves family midair. The miracle landing. News crews swarmed the airport. Cameras flashed. Strangers cheered her name. But Emily only wanted to go home, to sit quietly with her family, to let her heart finally rest. Still, she couldn't escape the truth. She had done something extraordinary. She had taken the controls of an aircraft and brought everyone down safely. Meeting the controller. A few days later, Emily met the man whose calm voice had guided her through the storm. He was older, with kind eyes and a proud smile. "You were braver than most trained adults," he told her. "You kept calm when it mattered most. You didn't just fly that plane, you saved lives." Emily blushed, her cheeks pink. "I was so scared," she admitted. "Courage isn't the absence of fear," he said gently. "It's doing the right thing even when you're scared, and you did." The world never forgets. In the weeks that followed, Emily's story spread worldwide. She appeared on TV interviews, smiling shyly as reporters called her a hero. Schools invited her to speak. Pilots saluted her at airports. But to Emily, the greatest reward wasn't the fame. It was the look in her parents' eyes every time they hugged her, the look of love, pride, and gratitude. She had been just a 13-year-old girl on a plane, but when the sky fell silent, she had risen. The flight of courage. Years later, people still remembered the day a teenager landed a plane. Some called it luck, others called it a miracle. But everyone agreed on one thing. It was courage. Emily herself summed it up best in one quiet sentence during an interview. "I didn't think about being